Eleague presents the Nintendo 2019 World Championships from Los Angeles.
Strap in your seatbelt and get ready for some fun here.
Where the best in the world take on some of Nintendo's most popular games.
Give me that Smash Ball.
World champions will be crowned for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
The full blast, that's what he has.
Splatoon 2.
Oh my goodness.
And Super Mario Maker 2.
There's Bowser.
For the teams that have traveled far and wide to get here, it will all come down to who wants it more.
They can smell victory.
This is Eleague presents the Nintendo 2019 World Championships. Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California.
We're here at the theater at Ace Hotel, and a throng of fans have lined up since last night for an exciting full day of Nintendo competitive action, featuring some of the world's greatest players and teams.
I'm excited, these fans are excited, and what a better way to start us off than with the game that started a revolution. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Alongside Supergirl Kells and EE, I'm Jordan Kent. Kells, take us through the Ultimate Fighting game.
The goal is to knock the opposing fighter off the stage. Fighters start at 0% damage. Damage increases as a fighter gets hit. As percentages go up, it becomes easier for a fighter to be knocked off the stage. When a fighter is knocked off the stage, it is a KO, and the player loses a life.
And here's our format for the semifinals. It will be squad strike, tag team, single elimination. So each player will pick 3 different characters, and the first to knock out the other player 3 times wins. Of course, that will be a best of 3. All right, let's take a look at the bracket. 4 teams in on the action. We'll have 2 semifinals, starting with Europe taking on Australia, New Zealand, and then North America clashing with Japan, with the winners duking it out in the grand final. So let's jump right in and take a look at our first 2 teams. It's the Wonders from Down Under against Germany's finest that form Team Europe.
Hey, I'm Ghost. Pillow Talk.
Step Pro 101.
Pichigo. And we're the team representing Australia and New Zealand, doing it for our boy, Ben Gold. In my experience with the Smash community, it's always been amazing.
The Smash community is actually incredibly accepting. It brings people together that share differences.
Just a great bunch of people. They're very helpful, very friendly. It's just great how everyone's super close.
I'm Light. Sergio. Robin GG.
Panda.
We are representing Europe and we're here to take it all.
Why Smash? Because it's a game you can get into very easily and it's so much fun to play.
I feel like this game is made for everyone. Doesn't matter how old are you, even people who are like 40 still enjoy the game. I started playing 6 and 26 now, and it's still super fun.
What could you say to some folks that are maybe just getting into the game here, Kells, that haven't necessarily played a lot of competitive and they want to know what that scene's looking like? Can you describe it for us?
Definitely, there are tournaments everywhere now. Everyone is playing this game. So to find your local scene and just, if you have that passion for this game, go to it. Go ask some questions. Just like these players here, they got here and we are in this game because of them.
Here we go. Team Europe in red. Team Australia in blue and EE. You see the characters chosen. Any initial thoughts on what we see here at the bottom of the screen?
Well, I'm not too surprised about the Sheik the Pit decision, though. That, to me, definitely caught me off guard. But I tell you what, I like Pit's ability to really, when you get off stage, just survive. That is the name of the game. And you can almost argue, too, that lightweight of Sheik, oftentimes we see it can betray her at times. Even losing stocks as early as like 80%. That is not what you want to see going forward. And I'll tell you what, this Death Scythe is not going to make things any easier if he's able to connect a solid hit.
Have to be careful not to get above 100% with that. And Kells, you look at Light going with Sheik. Sheik, a very combo-heavy character, going to have to land a lot of hits here in order to rack up that damage.
Of course, though, we do have smashes and these stages. These stages are also very, very quite small on the edges. So because of that, it will give an advantage to Sheik's kill power. And we saw that just now. And the combo game is just going to keep racking only 68% and easy hits to go up here to bring to the exact same percent quite soon.
Best of 3, and as we say, very nicely done by Light and Sheik, making the most of that one stock advantage right now. And you've got Ike character EE that's got some nice large hitboxes and a lot of those safe neutral attacks coming in.
No doubt about it, a lot of good hitboxes, but when you're actually able to connect, the one thing that we've seen so far is Light has just been almost debilitating with this gameplay, not allowing anything to go the way of Ichigo. You saw him even for a moment had the Smash Ball getting it knocked out. For Light, it's not about the Smash Ball. He's doing all that himself.
Oh, how about Ichigo? Well-placed POW block, able to connect and send Light to the top of the screen. Here comes Palutena jumping in right now, and we've noticed before, Palutena going to love to try and grapple. Very mobile character as well, too. If you're Ike, is this a point where you just got to try to hang on and get as much damage racked up as you possibly can?
For sure. Ike's such a heavy character, wants to stay in the game for as long as possible and get that damage. That smash ball looking scary, but Isha goes, Ike, you're not going to take another hit, and now we are down to the last hits here. Dark, but let's see what he's got. The Palutena showing that he and he's like, I'm showing you that I am your angel.
One of the best smash attacks in the game. Then the X-Bomb connects as well, too. So you look at Team Europe, 2-1 stock advantage and plenty of life as well, too, EE. You just have to play smart and not give Ichigo Australia anything easy here.
No doubt about it. It has been anything but easy thus far. Light has been putting on an absolute clinic. I mean, you see him just kind of dominating. He still has a whole nother character in the tank. Meanwhile, this Dark Pit looking like that stock is on borrowed time, barring some kind of miracle, and that star is not going to lend to that.
Ichigo trying to mount a comeback, got a steep hill to climb. Light, and that will do it. The KO and Light shining bright in that matchup right there. Very nicely done, giving some momentum to Team Europe as they get set for the second match here. And what we really saw was the ability of Sheik to disrupt everything that Team Australia and Ichigo was trying to do.
Definitely. I mean, any sword character, Pit, Ike, really does a great job at baiting and punishing, not actually committing first, but fading back and forth, where Sheik is a character that just gets in your face and gets that job done. So I felt it looked so hard for the sword characters to really land and find that footing.
And Sheik doing a great job of just protecting the edge there and really keeping a lot of the players for Ichigo off the stage.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? It really comes down to momentum, especially at the start of a match like this. You have to be hot from the jump. And you look at the case of Light, I was a little worried about, again, that lightweight of Sheik sometimes can betray her, but it wasn't an issue because you're just tacking on so much percent. You mentioned it, Jordan, the combo game of Sheik is strong, and it was put on full display.
Now the pressure is on Australia, New Zealand. They need a win in round 2 just to survive. That's coming up next as Eleague presents the Nintendo 2019 World Championships.
Today I'm here for Super Smash Bros. I cannot wait. I am super hyped.
I can't wait to see high-level play of Smash Brothers.
I love Smash Brothers because it celebrates video game culture. It started out as just Nintendo, and now it's just celebration of tons of different properties, and I love it so much. Smash Bros!
We love it too, and so do these highly skilled players from across the globe.
You look at Team Europe, and you've been high on this team all tournament long throughout the week, Kels, and they are certainly demonstrating why they are a force to be reckoned with.
For sure. I mean, I had a chance to play every single one of them. They're all extremely passionate players. Not to say that none of them, the other ones are, but they have just worked so hard and so underrated. I feel slept on. So because of that, they just come so prepared, and we're going to just sweep under the rug, you know?
And Kels, I'm going to toss it right back to you. I see the character choices. Robin GG taking on Seb Pro. Your thoughts?
So Seb Pro, we know him for his Rob, now opening up with Pokemon Trainer. Very interesting. I know about his Inkling, so he's got that in the back for sure. Very big force to be reckoned with. Squirtle coming to handle Peach here. Definitely a great choice. A character who can really space out, get into your face, and get that damage on. Almost the down air coming in, but just a little bit misspaced.
And switching to Ivysaur, what are you typically seeing when we see these Pokemon changes as Pokemon Trainer here, EE?
Well, I mean, for Ivysaur, it's, look, you do such an excellent job. Even at those mid-percents, really just being able to find even kill confirms when you get up to the higher ones, too. You obviously know Squirtle's great at low percents. Charizard can bat up, clean up for the higher percents, but Ivysaur just falls in perfectly to that good middle weight. And almost, it can be a caveat, too, if you're Peach, because that's good combo food as well, depending on how things shape up.
Ivysaur with some great zoning tools as well, too. Trying to use that POW block to its advantage right now. No luck right there, but Robin GG over the 100% mark as we get rolling here. Ivysaur trying to pick out Peach from the air. Peach doing a good job of dancing around in the skies here, Kels.
Definitely, for sure. But will get launched into the blast zone. Peach, a character who likes to stay over her opponents and really try to make that damage with her tiptoes. But Ivysaur will just be ready to hit you up. And here comes Wii Fit Trainer showing Ivysaur needs to get fit.
Wii Fit Trainer with the Smash Ball, able to apply a lot of damage there, but Ivysaur still hanging out, still staying alive. This is what we talk about, EE. These moments in the match where if you're Ivysaur, you can rack up some damage on Wii Fit Trainer. You put your team in a really good position.
Oh, absolutely. And then you got the big body of Charizard coming out right now, too, so you already know he's going to be able to survive a little bit longer. So if I'm Robin, I'm thinking that sense of urgency, it might start to pick up just a bit. just a little here. And you see already, it looks like he's electing to just stick with Ivysaur and Charizard as his main go-to. But Robin says, enough of that. Get him out of here.
Robin GG doing a great job of stabilizing this match. Seb Pro going to go with Inkling at this point. You see the Bomb Chew racing around the stage. Have to be mindful of that. Inkling so quick, so dynamic, so many different ways to attack. And Wii Fit Trainer, though, very athletic, can use that opportunities to avoid a lot of what we're going to see here from Seb Pro.
We're definitely going to have to remember that Wii Fit Trainer in this game, when he's got Deep Breathe, it's a danger to everybody. Combo games have been greatly increased. So we're seeing that right now. 88 to 64 is not much. One Deep Breathe to put him back. Here it comes. Let's see if he can get himself that KO.
Wii Fit Trainer putting Seb Pro through some hot yoga right now. 73 to 100, looking to get the KO off the side. Trying to do some edge guarding. Seb Pro able to get back on, turn the tables. You see that splat bomb trying to ledge trap at this point. No luck right there, but connects that black hole bomb just out of the reach of Robin GG. And right now we see Robin GG doing exactly what you want to do when you were down coming in.
Absolutely, you know, and this is tremendous. Not only mounting the comeback, but taking the lead at that. And that's going to force out Seb Pro to the Rob. Now, keep in mind, though, Seb Pro, Rob being his best character, he has a very strong combo game, and we've seen his all-stage shenanigans can be aplenty. But right now, Robin is coming in with all the momentum, and Jordan, he's not letting it go.
And Robin, as we said, with Wii Fit Trainer, continues the assault, but Rob getting the smash ball. We know he's going to hang off the stage for this. Yes. Can he connect with Wii Fit Trainer? Does. Let's go ahead and move on to the next stock. We know what's happening there. And in comes Daisy, and Rob doing a fine job. It's only a 21% difference, so this is anybody's match here, Kels.
And he really needed to get rid of that Wii Fit Trainer because he was having such a hard time dealing with it. I feel like he was learning on the spot about that matchup, finally getting rid of it, and now that Daisy is out. A character that a lot of people need to know if you definitely want to play this game competitively, a very strong character. And Rob being that character that racks up so much damage so fast from a safe distance makes it hard for Peach to really get in, or Daisy as well.
Here comes the Hokatate bomb. That's going to control part of the stage here. Seb Pro going to have to be mindful of that while handling the aggression coming in from Daisy. Rob dancing off the side of the stage, knowing that rocket's going to land here pretty soon, but Daisy now trying to mix things up, switching between that neutral and that float neutral as well, too, EE.
Yeah, you mentioned controlling the stage. I mean, either one of these guys really just going back. See the crate coming through and unloading some very useful items. In the case of Seb Pro, could have the time right now to get the setup. You see Robin trying to create some separation, but Seb unrelenting on this pressure.
Can't connect with the aerial. Robin GG doing a fine job of staying alive. Both fighters getting close to that KO range. Daisy, nice little grab, down throw, leading to a combo. Can't connect. But you see the fire bar and the X-Bomb on the stage. That could turn things around here, Kels.
It definitely could. And here we go. We have the X-Bomb up in place. It has been set up. I love the angle that Robin went into. Definitely trying to keep up the pressure, but a bit too aggressive will definitely cost the game.
The down throw into that aerial, an unbelievable connection and combo right there, EE. And we talked about it. Big point in this match was the ability to eliminate Wii Fit Trainer and then do what you can against Rob, and really utilizing a lot of items. One thing that we missed there as well, too, EE, you saw the killer eye early on in the matchup between Rob and Daisy. That took off the bottom half of the stage for Daisy. You felt like Rob could apply a lot of pressure utilizing it.
Well, exactly. And, you know, you saw that was just such a huge benefit. And that's really what it comes down to, just being calm and cool under pressure. You know, you get down to these stages where you're thinking single elimination. There's really no room for error. And for Australia to just kind of respond the way they did, I mean, you just got to credit a lot. He kept his head down and got the kill.
So we're all even at one game apiece. Coming up after the break, it's the third and final match to determine who's moving on and who's got a long flight home. But first, if you want some tips to take your own Smash game to the next level, who better to ask than the best players in the world?
This is Game Changers, presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
To become a top-tier player at Smash Brothers, I would say it's the most important thing is probably putting in the time.
Obviously, dedication and time, but also the character you use.
Knowing all the matchups, knowing your character, your habits, the habits of the guy you play against.
Going to locals, playing online a lot. It's about getting experience.
Welcome back to sunny California as Eleague presents the Nintendo 2019 World Championships. We turn now to the third and deciding match for the first semifinal between Europe and Australia and New Zealand in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 3v3 World Championship.
Well, you mentioned the response, and early on, Australia was facing a little bit of a hole. We saw Wii Fit Trainer and what they were able to do with that, but now you go on to your third player, and Any talks amongst your team? What are you saying to each other in this moment when you know you're at this stage and this next game means so much?
It definitely does. One, of course, you were talking about composure and not to get nervous, because sometimes when you are in that really bad mindset, it's very hard to see the light at the end of the cave of what can we do differently, for sure.
Seems like throwing different play styles at people, EE, is sometimes the way to go.
Oh, absolutely. Look, listen, we have a game that has over 70 characters, okay? It's hard to know every single matchup at a high level. Sometimes you just got to exploit that and just kind of roll the dice on who's going to know which matchup better. Obviously, a lot of seasoned players on these squads, but I tell you what, at the end of the day, it just comes down to that you can have the confidence and the ability, but can you put it on display when it really counts?
Sir John taking on Ghost and Kells. Ghost going with both the princesses here, and then Sir John has got Palutena, Zero Suit Samus, and of course, Lucina. Lucina able to apply so much pressure with that sword, and you want to keep people out of your bubble with that sword range, as we like to say.
Definitely a great pick to lead with Lucina. A lot of great matchups in her favor. She can also adapt to almost any single play style. She's really great at moving around and just being where she wants to be. So a character like Peach or Daisy, she's really great at just launching out her sword, spacing it out, and waiting for Ghost to actually make that option.
Daisy doing a good job avoiding the banana gun early on. Doesn't want to get split. Nice little attack right there to send Sir John off the stage. Sir John can't recover, and that's a big KO for Ghost right there, EE, because now you've got Daisy with the vegetable feeling pretty good.
There's almost a big mistake, too. You saw that turn. If that had actually hit him, that would have given him another opportunity at life to go for that up B, but fortunately, that was not the case, and that is going to lend Ghost this very impressive lead right out the gate. Just applying a lot of pressure, and thus far, no answers from Sir John. None of them are going to matter anyway.
Sir John going with Palutena. How do you combat the pressure and the aggression you're seeing from Ghost here, Kells?
Sir John definitely what Palutena would like to do is stay a little bit back, kind of baiting and punishing what Daisy or Peach would do. And in this case, like, Ghost has just been so aggressive the entire time. So it's been very hard for Palutena to even get herself comfortable into this situation, but finally finds her footing with this edge guard, but she doesn't seem to be making anything out of it, even gets grabbed.
Keep an eye on the killer eye, an opportunity for more stage control at this point, and if you're Ghost, you know Palutena has to hang up at the top. Sir John trying to avoid both the killer eye and Daisy. Daisy dancing around. Both fighters haven't connected in a couple of moments here. You see a fine job of connecting right there. Turn up coming out here, EE. And this is what Ghost is looking for, those opportunities to edge guard against Sir John.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, that's kind of what's just really been putting Sir John on the chopping block. You could argue this back throw should be a no, not quite. Okay, and David, a little mystery right there on that item play. Actually going to help out Sir John. He needed that in a big way, but Ghost was already so far ahead, it might be too little too late in this circumstance.
Peach not wasting any time as she comes onto the field. Ghost and Sir John. Ghost with a sizable one-stock advantage, but now you've got both Smash Balls on the stage. You got to be careful about which one you strike. Zero Suit Samus, you're going to have to use all your mobility to not only apply pressure here, Kells, but to avoid getting damage because it's 2v1 at this point.
Yeah, we were thinking Sir John was going to catch a break finally because that Daisy was up. But now you got to deal with Peach, but this Smash Ball definitely going to help him out a little bit, getting 87%, almost knocking Peach out of the ring. And if Sir John can actually get this stop, this is back. Never mind.
Huge turn of events by Sir John, but unable to capitalize right there. Ghost and Daisy staying alive. Can Sir John finish it? No!
What is she wearing?
Ghost, unbelievable job of staying alive. Those blast zones.
Wow.
Still not enough.
That is insane.
2-3. Sir John's like, all right, let me go ahead and finish this. No more messing around here at this point. All right, Joker coming in for Ghost. Joker taking on Sir John. Two fast, speedy characters. Let's see who can dominate the stage control. But a couple of cuckoos coming out. Cage-free as well, too, EE.
It actually looked like I was kind of benefiting Ghost for the moment. You saw the Rebels guard, but right now, I mean, you just got to credit for Sir John. It was that zero laser off the Smash Ball that really helped build up that percent and just get him to the situation. If I'm Ghost, I would be crushed if I let an advantage like this get away, but luckily Joker is the guy to take care of business.
Ghost trying to take advantage at this moment right now. Slight advantage over Sir John at this point. Really, Sir John, you've got to make sure that you are controlling the middle of this map here, and you can't let Ghost keep you in that disadvantaged state here, Kells.
Definitely, for sure. I love Sir John's adaptation the entire time. Has been so behind and has brought this back, even with just 100%. It's looking like an advantage for Ghost. Definitely not out for the count, but Ghost having the gun here can definitely make a huge
huge play.
That steel diver, it's really hard to see the projectiles coming out. You have to get your monocle in order to see that, EE. But Ghost right now has used a couple of items to really turn the tide of this match. You see a smash ball, you figure that could be the thing that wins it for either fighter. Zero Suit Sam is able to control the stage just long enough. Let's see if the aim is on point. It is.
Yes, it is.
Sir John going to go ahead and take this one. Yes, Sir John. A couple of huge smash balls to go ahead and get this victory. How about that for Team Europe, Kels?
That is a pop-up if I've seen one ever deserved. He was so behind and just did not give up. Brought it back, and with those smash ball plays too. Again, we were saying how crucial it is to grab them, and Zerasu, we've seen it time and time again. So easy for her to just get anywhere on the stage and grab that.
Unbelievable finish. And that play by Sir John to grab the smash ball is our switch moment presented by Boost Mobile. Australia is so close to victory, but Sir John is able to get that bright ball of glory, jump on Samus's ship, and send Ghost into oblivion, turning a dire situation into a comeback victory for Team Europe. Let's head backstage and hear from the guys.
We showed up really well. Like, the games were in our favor a lot of the time. I think the people that watched it can probably agree that, like, we probably outplayed them most of the games.
I almost thought we lost that, but then I luckily got the final smash. I think twice, and yeah, that luckily was enough to take set.
I'm not gonna lie, we definitely want to play NA, but it doesn't matter at this point.
We'd have to win anyways.
We just want to take it all. It doesn't matter against who.
Well, one semifinal is down. After the break, we're going to dive into the semifinal of another Nintendo favorite. That's right, folks. It's the Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019 coming up next. Welcome back as we start slinging some ink in the Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019. 4 of the freshest ink squads from around the world have made it to the semifinals after facing off earlier in the ink pools to determine seeding.
I'm Jordan Kent, your spray-by-spray host, and we have 9 and the other member of our commentary crew. Put your hands together for Ashley Esqueda.
Hi,
Ashley,
everybody.
how are you doing?
I'm great. I made a kid and a squid while I was gone this last year, so I'm ready. I got one more left, and I can have a whole Splatoon team.
Well, as we get set for ranked mode here soon, we've had a chance to see this wonderful Splatoon community grow throughout the years, but there's some folks that are going to get their first splash of ink as they watch this championship here. Tell us a little bit more about why Splatoon 2 is so unique as a game itself.
Unique is the perfect word. This is a fast-paced, multiplayer, objective-based shooter. But unlike some other games, there's a mechanic called ink or turf. Putting that on the ground is going to allow you to move around. It's going to allow you to hide. All sorts of interesting things that we'll go into more detail as the games go.
Well, as always, we have to have rules, so we can't just be running around here all willy-nilly. So let's take a look at the tournament rules for the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019. Our semifinals. Best of 5. You see those ranked modes. Don't worry, we won't leave you in the dark. We'll explain those modes as we approach them. And then the finals. Best of 7. You see all of the ranked modes there, and we will look to crown a champion at the end of this in the Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019. Let's take a look at the updated bracket, see who will be facing off against each other in semifinal action. And you see the GG Boys in first place, FT Win in second, Alliance Rogue in third, and then Lime Soda in fourth. So GG Boys will take on Lime Soda in the first semifinal, and then FT Win facing off against Alliance Rogue in our best of 5 here. Let's meet our teams for the first semifinal match. Let's start with the GG Boys, your defending champions, led by 4 of the finest individual players that have now collectively joined forces to create a formidable team.
They are trying to beat what GG Boys was last year. The most important thing for them is, I think, identifying what weapons they want to play, and you have to identify what's best.
Lime Soda representing Australia, New Zealand.
They're here to have fun and compete. It's the same game. The stage is just a little different.
And also, they're the upset kings of this tournament. I mean, they came back from an 0-4 deficit to win 5-4 in their qualifier. So anything could happen. I'm excited to watch them play.
All right, let's get it cracking here. Tower control on the read. You've got the GG Boys of Japan in the purple, and then in that green, you've got Lime Soda, and it looks like we're seeing the same compositions come out again.
Yeah, and I think that that's part of the rule set as well, to make sure that nobody can tactically DC, as we would call it. We're going to see the same strategy. Another 12-second, but this time Will gets a nice pick here. So instead of going down immediately, they know, okay, we can't do that again, and they're actually on the upswing this time.
4-3 advantage momentarily on the map for Lime Soda. That tower hasn't moved at all, so Lime Soda showing that they can be quite the formidable foe early on. Here comes Taiji with an Inkjet trying to apply some pressure. Nobody yet climbing on that tower, and Ashley, we've also heard these teams say, we're not going to grab that tower until we have an advantage on the field.
That's right. Sometimes you want to wait to get on the tower. I know whenever I play, I get really excited. I want to jump right on there, but the real strategy here is knowing when to get off the tower and when to get back on the tower. So they're all going to wait until there is an advantage and the right person can get on that tower.
Nice little trade right there as Yamamichi rides the tower to the first checkpoint. You see 3-2 on the map and a couple of specials ready to go for the GG boys.
And you saw immediately they moved up and forced a double team on Will that caused that follow to be popped probably a little earlier than Will wanted to. And now we're going to get to see again this snowball start to go up. Yoshiko is positioned very well, but needs to hit a snipe.
Oh, and just like the man predestined, speak it into life here, Nine. Big time.
Nine's for Damas
by
over here.
Lime
Wow.
Soda. It's 4-4. That tower really just passed the first checkpoint, and that's not safe by any means on this map here, Nine. You also look 3:30 left, plenty of time here, Ashley, and Lime Soda doing a good job of bending and not breaking.
They are doing a great job of neutralizing Slayers. I mean, this is what they have to do. They have to make sure that they are taking out their opponents so that they don't get these specials, because Yamamichi with that Stingray is very dangerous.
Here comes Etana jumping into action here, Nine, and what are we seeing from the GG boys?
We saw an incredible use of all three specials there. Dynamon kept himself on the tower with his baller. Then they used their Stingray. Once the counter Stingray came out, they had an Inkjet ready to pressure that. That's why this push is still going as they approach that final checkpoint.
Shock being very careful to stay in some green ink to drop the hammer on Yamamichi and the GG boys. However, GG boys have cleared a second checkpoint. They have a sizable 32-100 lead. Will trying to avoid some pressure, gets on the tower.
This is our time. This is our time. In there straight.
2:30 left, plenty of time, but they faced yet another deficit. Ashley down 4-3 on the map.
It'll be really interesting to see what Will does next. He takes out Etana.
One rushing straight.
This is going to be really close. I think in the way of... I don't know what's going to happen here.
GG boys getting closer and closer to the final checkpoint. Yamamichi, Stingray, you're going to hear it all afternoon long. A little Stingray on Stingray action. Nobody getting stung right there.
They're bowling as well. They've got another Inkjet ready. Inkjet and armor. Inkjet and armor.
That's the issue with the baller on the tower sometimes, Nine.
It is, but you saw that Taiji was up there holding that position. And to talk about those counter Stingrays that just happened, if you are on defense and you lose that, that oftentimes swings the game for you. Yoshiko needs to hit another snipe here. I couldn't speak it into existence this time.
Final checkpoint cleared. It looks like the GG boys are going to have no problem getting this victory, and they do. Australia, New Zealand, they were able to be somewhat equal in the beginning, but it was just that constant onslaught by the GG boys. Too overwhelming. Lime Soda's talking strategy. Let's listen in.
They're going to run like double or triple ball off.
No, that's what FLC said, but when we actually watched, they never did it. They did double. They did double sometimes, never triple. They never did triple.
Coming up, Lime Soda tries to even things up and capture the momentum from the top-seeded GG boys.
Splatoon has so many exciting moments in the individual battle scenes, which is super exciting, to be honest.
The characters are cute, they're my aesthetic, and all the colors are so cute.
This is Believe It, presented by Geico.
Something I find unbelievable is that I'm here in LA.
Being here in Los Angeles to being able to compete in the Splatoon World Championship.
Just being on the stage means the world to me.
Something unbelievable would be beating GG boys.
Something that's unbelievable is the Splatoon community. It's so friendly and welcoming, and looking at it every day just reminds me that I get to be a part of it. And representing Australia means that I can inspire more people to come and join in on the fun and just make this community even bigger and better.
Let's take a look at our stage tactics, presented by the U.S. Air Force.
My favorite map is Wahoo World. It's such a big map, easy to get flanks.
My favorite stage is the Reef. It's definitely one of the more interesting stages. You've got the top bridge, the below the bridge, left and right. It's a lot easier to flank. So definitely say controlling all four of those areas stops flanks and lets you control objective really easily.
Welcome back to the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019 as the GG boys and Lime Soda sling into round 2.
We'll get set for our next ranked mode match. It seems like for Team Australia, New Zealand, Lime Soda, they have to just make sure that they can continue to get somewhat of a push against the GG boys. We never saw that in that last match.
Australia, New Zealand had a chance to win, and they knew it.
We had them 2 down on that last map, and we did nothing.
Well, I got on, and then someone called out the ends up flanking, so I was like, I'm off.
We just got done with tower control. The GG boys getting the first victory in this best of 5. Up next, good old Clam Blitz here, 9.
This is probably the mode where just controlling the map is the most important part of it. And we've seen a lot of developments in this mode since the last time that we were on this stage. I'll say if there's 2 things you have to do, everybody needs to pitch in to collecting clams. You collect 10 of them, it puts together what we call a football or a power clam. You throw it into the basket, and we'll see if these teams can show you how it's played.
Clam Blitz and Arowana Mall here. You've got the GG boys of Japan in the orange, and then Lime Soda in the green. And speaking with the GG boys, 9, they said it's less about splats and Clam Blitz, but rather dominating the economy, having the majority of the clams on the map so your team can't form those power clams. And let's see if they follow that strategy early on. And what do you like about Arowana Mall here?
Well, it's a very Stingray dominant map. Some people like it for that reason, some people don't. But that's why, again, the GG boys continue to bring 2 backliners here. They know that they can control the way the map is going, and that grate right there where you see the Tent Umbrella setup shop is going to be the point of contention. I love the fact that Yoshiko is here, and this Taiji baller actually is going to get them through. They need to grab that claim again, though.
Taiji dancing around the ink, 2 big-time splats, looking to form the completion.
He got 3!
The power clam into the basket, and now it's time for the GG boys to start filling the basket. But as you said, just a great individual effort by Taiji, 9.
It was, and more than anything, this score might not be a big score, but it's going to mean that they control the middle. There's a mechanic in Splatoon called super jumping that allows you to go to where your anybody on your team is standing. So it's going to mean that they can continue their pressure. I think that Australia has snuffed it out, though. Great defense by them.
Australia able to survive right there. Only 26 points scored by the GG boys. You see that 13-point penalty. And Ashley, you can also see the number of clams each team has by that small number underneath their 4 icons. And right now, neither team with a lot of clams. How do you see Lime Soda trying to get back into this one?
Well, they're starting to climb up little by little, but what's going to need to happen is they're going to have to put down some ink here because this map is covered in a lot of orange, I think, and they're also going to have to stay away from Yamamichi's Stingray.
Yamamichi once again with that Stingray applying pressure from the back line. Taiji using that baller. You lose the clams when you deploy that baller as well, too. Middle of the map controlled right now by the GG boys. They've got another power clam. How about that? Hiding in the bubbles, 9.
There were bubbles everywhere there. That was a very tense moment, and Etna able to sniff through there. Do they know Etna's still there? They do. For a second there, I was a little worried that they were looking the wrong way. So again, you're seeing small scores, and that's going to mean that the penalty is still there. Now, that power clam that we talked about scored you 20 points. So this is actually still a very close game.
Lime Soda not out of it at all. As you said, 1 power clam followed by some smaller ones into the basket. They are right back in this thing. They've got a 4-3 advantage on the field, but let's see if they can finally get a push this match. It seems like they can't get past that second half of the map here, Ashley.
I would say the reason why is those tent umbrellas right there that you can see flying by. They're all over the place. I love that there's dueling tent umbrellas. This is it makes it really tough if you can't get by there, and so you get knocked off the crate. You have to start over. You have to find a different way. You got to flank.
Taiji and the individual effort we're seeing here, 9, getting some critical splats deep into Lime Soda territory.
Pushing them all the way back and continuing to just create space. So often we focus so much on the splats, but there's something about positioning yourself in the right spot and allowing yourself to continue putting pressure that play does.
Just under 2 minutes left. 4-4 on the map. GG boys with a 33-point advantage. However, you see the penalty. Lime Soda not out of it by a long shot. Etna going to go ahead and super jump back for defensive purposes. Dynamon trying to apply some pressure with that Explosher. 1:43 left, and right now the match has gotten to a bit of a stalemate here, 9.
It has, and the way that GG Boys is playing right now means that Lime Soda actually can't build up any clans. You see they're shuffling a few around back here.
What takes so long to jump out, my dude? Oh my god. They're jumping in our clothes.
GG Boys continues to hold the map. There's not even a chance for them to build it.
Oh, the barrier is broken, though. The GG Boys have a chance to add to their lead. They're adding clams by the bushel at this point. 36-100. You see the timer in the middle. That gives them that much more time to fill the basket up. Can they get one more clam in there? Doesn't look like they... Oh, they do!
Oh, they do!
And here comes more pressure. Riding the shield of those bubbles, trying to pop the hopes of Lime Soda. 1 minute left. 91-point advantage for the GG Boys. now's when it gets difficult for Lime Soda to have a comeback here, 9. And that is the game. GG boys filling the basket. They take a 2-0 lead. And once again, it was the specials and the push by the GG boys. Coming up, the top-seeded GG boys are just one round away from advancing to the finals. The question is, can Lime Soda mount a comeback? Welcome back to the Splatoon 2 World Championships 2019 as the GG boys currently hold a 2-0 lead.
Sorry, we're doing like really good for like the first 2-3 minutes and then we just collapse. We just need to fix that.
Yeah. We have to keep pressure up. I'm being like super scared. I'm just sharking and backing up.
You heard from Lime Soda. They were close, but first 2 victories go to the GG boys. One more, and they will have the sweep in the semifinals and find themselves in the finals. Let's take a look at the next upcoming ranked mode, and we've got Splat Zones. This is only one Splat Zone on this map here, 9, so a lot of the action is going to be very concentrated.
It is, and taking a look right now immediately, you see a double L3 nozzle nose. That's going to mean 2 ballers and a third one being added in by Dynamon there. If all 3 of those go at the zone, they're going to take it in the blink of an eye.
You see Lime Soda in the orange and the GG boys of Japan in the purple. GG boys already securing the zone. And one thing they talked about, 9, is that they're not going to push too far once they get the zone. They want to make sure that they aren't too aggressive and give themselves the opportunity to be snuffed from behind, flanked from behind to lose the zone.
And they're especially going to try to build their baller. You see that they already have a Stingray at the ready that's going to immediately target Yoshiko, who is willing to trade a 1-for-1 there. I like that because it allowed them to take the zone and apply a penalty.
Huge recovery right there by Lime Soda. You see the 36-second penalty for the GG boys, so that'll buy some precious seconds for Lime Soda. 4-3 on the map, and Ashley, a chance for Lime Soda to finally make a push with the advantage.
That was a huge take back because once you can apply that penalty, it becomes there's a little less pressure, and I think that that's really helpful for them in this moment.
You see the splat. We've got a spill on Isle Splat Zone right there, 9, and Etina and Taiji. You mentioned the double L3 composition. They're going to go and try and put a lot of pressure on Lime Soda at this point.
And you can see they have 2 ballers at the ready, so they're not going to have any trouble at all doing that. Etina going to run in, pop the baller. There's another one that they can use. Trapped in the corner. Etina goes for 3. Why not? The 4th one sitting up at spawn, and this is getting ugly.
Etina putting on an absolute clinic, finally able to get slowed down, but it might be too little too late. GG boys just a few seconds away from claiming this 3rd victory, and that'll do it. GG boys with a clean sweep in the semifinals, and last year's defending champions having no issue whatsoever through those 3 ranked modes. And what we saw early, Ashley, they controlled the zone and they were able to apply some pressure in spawn.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only were they able to do that, they were able to do that with completely cool heads, as if this is just something that they do in their sleep, which pretty much it is.
Well, let's go ahead and give a round of applause to Lime Soda. They put up some great battles. We certainly appreciate them coming all the way here from Australia, New Zealand to give us a show. I'm sure we will see many of them later. What a great opportunity, great experience for them. Let's take a look at the updated bracket here as we have our first ticket to the finals punched here by the GG boys. They get the 3-0 sweep in semifinals, so they will take on the winner of FT Win and Alliance Road.
We just enjoy the experience to be out there playing with these top-level teams and people cheering for us. So it's just an amazing experience overall.
Maybe come back a little bit better, look back at the footage that we've already done and just revise it consistently. I reckon we could come back next year maybe bigger and better.
Next week, don't miss the ink battle on the other side of the bracket between North America and Europe in the Splatoon 2 semifinals. But coming up next, it's a race for the title. It's Super Mario Maker 2.
Crunch Time interviews presented by Cheez-It Grooves.
So I used to sell video games for a living. It's something that I used to do in retail, working at different game stores, and I loved talking about video games to people who'd come in. After years of doing this, I wanted to just kind of take that passion and really share it with everyone. And so I started a show called The Completionist, where every week I've been completing a game a week for over 8 years.
I started out my YouTube career recording Nintendo 3DS and Mario Kart 7 way back in 2012, and it has then since blossomed into what it is today.
I started streaming about 3 years ago after watching a lot of speedruns on the Awesome Games Done Quick channel, and have been hooked ever since, having fun playing video games.
Here is your Hotter When You're Chill, presented by Axe.
when there's a live audience of thousands of people watching on the internet or the entire theater packed up, it's really all about focus. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having that laser beam focus on what the level is and just kind of blocking everything out.
I just try to remember that I'm just here to have fun, and just being invited, I'm already a winner.
Just taking it one level at a time. I'm not worried about my fellow competitors, and I'm not worried about how I'm going to place. I'm here to have fun and just enjoy it.
Welcome back as we get started with the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019.
Welcome in. I'm Jordan Kent, and joining me fresh out of a couple of warp pipes, my two friends, Vish and Nine. And for some folks, this is their first taste of Super Mario Maker action.
You are in control of making the Mario levels of your dreams. Basically, you can take elements, enemies, and components from different Mario games and create your own level.
Let's take a look at the tournament rules here for today for Super Mario Maker 2. Round 1, 4-player speed runs. Pairs of players will compete to finish the course as quickly as possible. That's a speed run for you. The player with the best overall time will choose a partner to team up with in round 2, because when we get to round 2, co-op teams. Teams of 2 work together to complete a co-op course as quickly as possible. The winning team will compete against each other in the finals. And when we get to the finals, oh, boy, do we turn things over on its head. 2 players compete on 3 mini courses and 1 final course. Each win of the 3 mini courses is worth a 3-second head start on the final course. At the end, the first player to complete the finals course will be the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational Champion.
Earlier in the first round, the Dragon Feeny and Yellow Killer V faced off in the opening speed run.
Nine, here we go. Our first look at the car. Go ahead, strap in your seatbelt and get ready for some fun here.
Well, I think I've seen this before. The bounce and going all the way up here. This is all about conserving your momentum. The trick in this segment of the level is you can't mess up because you don't get a chance to build speed a second time.
Finishing in 3 minutes and 11 seconds, the Dragon Feeny skillfully completed the levels, moving to the top of the leaderboard.
All right, let's get set for our next speed run here between Abdallah and the completionist. They're excited. They're ready to roll. 2, 1. And off we go. Both players hitting start at the same time because they exercise good sportsmanship. That's what we like to see. The completionist on your left, Abdallah on your right. And we saw earlier, you've got the mushroom, but then a giant blooper at the top. And completionist, the first one through the tube. Abdallah, however, getting that power up.
You're right. He wants to make sure he hits all the little blocks as soon as he can, but he gets a little power up that the other players kind of avoided because they're going for the speedrun aspect, right? They're just trying to power through it. And again, both players going for the right side.
And that's what we see. Both players attracted to the exclamation blocks on the right-hand side. Abdallah making his way up, but no! The completionist already getting sent back to the beginning. That means Abdallah, using that ground pound technique, going to be sent to an early lead. Let's see if Abdallah can climb his way up into the pipe. Still working a couple wall jumps on the side. But how about the aerial acrobatics? Abdallah getting into the pipe, but here comes the Koopa kart section as he makes his way down the ramps. Just got his license recently, we must say. You have to definitely time these jumps up perfectly as you make your way through the section. Abdallah with a monstrous lead early on in the first round.
I like that there's no hesitation from Abdallah's end there, because if you hesitate a little bit on this course, you end up actually hitting those springs that we saw earlier there. And Abdallah not jumping also towards the end of that area is actually very, very clutch, because a lot of players are tricked up by it and they end up jumping a little bit and having to do that entire course again.
Abdallah moving on to the Cat Mario portion. Meanwhile, the completionist, well, he's just trying to lock some miles. We'll just put it that way. Oh, Cat Mario 9, you have to understand different physics can jump a little bit higher.
It is, and already going that way. And once again, going over to the green side here, the block on the left side does move a little bit quicker here. So it's a little bit easier if you want to get the speed, but sometimes that means you'll miss it too. Thinks I'm going to try it right here.
And that's a good point. The rhythm that comes with being on the left-hand side, a little bit more natural because those blocks move faster, but Vish, Abdallah struggling just a little bit with the block portion, giving the completionist some time to catch up, but looks like the completionist is just going for a joyride right now.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like Abdallah is just trying to remember how to play Cat Mario, because he's doing the glide when he wants to do the wall climb and whatnot. And I think having those split mistakes every so often is really not going to be helpful in clearing a course like this that's very, very tight in terms of wall jumps.
And that's a good point, 9. We were talking to Abdallah prior to this competition. He said the physics for Cat Mario, very tricky. He pointed that out, and early on already having to deal with it. Meanwhile, the completionist in the Cat Mario stage has a chance to catch up here.
It does. This is very close right here. Just one more jump, and the completionist will be really about even with them once they get to that checkpoint here. And I think Abdallah's starting to figure it out there. Instead of standing on top of that very slow green platform, instead maybe using it to try to climb up. But it looks like he's found another way. That creativity paying off.
Right. Slow and steady wins the race. With the green blocks, they do end up going slower, which allowed Abdallah to really think out what movements he wanted to do and do the climb right before his jump. So he will make it to the next portion here. And again, you got to follow those coins and you got to follow those arrows.
Abdallah at the end just has to climb those last moving treadmills, as you see here. There's 1, there's 2. And here's one of those on-off switches that can affect so many different things, but Cat Mario...
Whoa, no.
This is the exclamation mark. It has to go all the way back to the bottom. Here comes the completionist in the block portion. Is there enough time for him to catch up? Don't forget, they're racing our winner from the earlier round right now. We'll see how that time stacks up as Abdallah reaches the top of the pole first. So Abdallah wins the head-to-head matchup against the completionist. Well, let's take a look at the times after our first round in the 4 speed runs and see who had the fastest time. And it looks like the Dragon Feeny in 3:11, Abdallah 33 seconds behind. And you see Yellow Killer being the completionist, unable to finish due to the speed of the Dragon Feeny and Abdallah.
And that concludes the first round of the semifinals for the Eleague Nintendo 2019 World Championships. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. Next week, the Nintendo action continues to determine who will be heading into the finals. It all goes down Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern on CBS. So long for now from the theater at Ace Hotel in Los Angeles, California.